Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
She's known for drafting up laws, but tonight she's on the other side of the law. I'm Larry Spruill, and I'll tell you why a local state rep is in trouble.
Thieves are after cell phones in Metro Detroit after a string of store break-ins. The one thing police think they all have in common.
But we begin here at 6 with a family's $12 million settlement in a case putting a state trooper behind bars. The family of 15-year-old Damon Grimes will receive that payout.
Yeah, you may remember Grimes died riding an ATV after he was struck by a taser by a state police officer and crashed into a parked truck. The settlement came to light today once the family filed court documents showing how they plan to split the money. Local 4's Nick Monticelli is live outside the federal courthouse downtown. Nick, this lawsuit was filed against the troopers involved.
It was, and the Michigan State Police are the ones that are going to have to pay this out. As you mentioned, $12 million. And a part of this is because Besner violated MSP policy when deploying that taser from the moving patrol car. Now, this lawsuit happening here behind me in federal court, and now there's just one thing left before $12 million comes to the Grimes family.
Your vicious, cowardly, senseless act that changed so many lives forever.
That is one of Damon Grimes' sisters telling the judge how much his death has impacted their family. You might recall Damon Grimes was being chased on his ATV by Michigan State Police back in August of 2017 when Trooper Mark Besner shot a taser from his moving patrol car, hitting Grimes, causing him to crash into a parked truck. The 15-year-old died, and after 2 trials, Besner was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter.
And I'm truly sorry. And I want the family to know, the Grimes family to know I am sorry. I think about it every day.
Besner will spend 5 to 15 years in prison. The wrongful death lawsuit was against Besner, Trooper Ethan Berger, and Sergeant Jacob Liss of the Michigan State Police. Today we have learned that lawsuit has been settled with MSP for $12 million. Approximately $8 million goes to the family, the other $4 million to the lawyers. In a statement, the Michigan State Police said Damon Grimes' death is a tragedy that could have been avoided if not for the criminal and unforgivable actions of a former MSP trooper. The MSP recognizes that while this monetary settlement does not change how this has affected the Grimes family, it may help to begin to bring some closure. Now, as I mentioned, there's only one thing left to do here inside of the federal courthouse. The judge has to approve what they call the distribution of this settlement. Again, $12 million, $8 to the family, $4 to the attorneys, but she has to go through and make sure they approve exactly how that money is being split up. Kimberly, the one thing we have not had a chance to do just yet is talk to Damon's family. We've reached out, but Feiger, their attorney, says as of right now, they just kind of want to lay low.
Yeah, can understand that. All right, thanks for the update, Nick. A local state lawmaker is in trouble tonight.
Representative Rebecca Warren was arrested overnight for drunk driving. Police say the Ann Arbor Democrat was weaving in and out of lanes and then sideswiped a guardrail on I-75. Let's bring in Larry Spruill. Larry, what else are you hearing in this case?
Well, Kimberly and Jason, police are not releasing her name at this very moment, but we do know jail records show that Representative Warren just got out of jail about an hour ago for allegedly driving drunk. Friday night, State Rep Rebecca Warren, a Democrat from Ann Arbor, is in trouble. Police arrested her Thursday night for suspected drunk driving. All of this started around 11:15 Thursday night when drivers called police saying they saw a woman weaving in and out of lanes along Interstate 75. Auburn Hills police noticed a 2013 Jeep Cherokee switching between several lanes of traffic. A spokesperson with Auburn Hills Police tell me that driver hit a guardrail at Walton. Auburn Hills Police tell me that arrest happened just south of Jocelyn Road, and the driver admitted she was drinking at an event in Detroit and she was heading home to Ann Arbor, which is where Warren is from. Police also tell me the woman failed field sobriety tests and the driver refused to take other tests. And so once again, Warren is out of jail. She just got out of jail about an hour ago. Meanwhile, police are still waiting for the results of the blood test from that driver they arrested. We're live tonight. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
Yeah, and as they wait for those tests to come back, what are the next legal steps here, Larry?
Well, Jason, once they get the results of that test, then they will be able to charge that driver for whatever charges that she will be facing. Once that information will be released, we will know, and we'll provide that information online and on air. Jason?
All right, Larry, thanks. We have a Local 4 update on that green ooze discovered on I-696. Test results from Michigan Great Lakes and Energy show the chemical hexavalent chromium has been detected in the storm sewers near the source of that leak, which is an abandoned electroplating business in Madison Heights. We're told the current levels are above health standards. Tests also showed the chemical and other contaminants in the groundwater between the business and the freeway. This comes as Macomb County official Candace Miller calls the toxic leak life-threatening and terrifying.
I'm trying to raise the alarms here to make sure that the proper officials, the EPA and the state EGLE department of the environment, make sure that the cleanup that happens now is much, much more aggressive and impactful than what they did initially.
Now, despite everything you just heard, EGLE says there is still no risk to drinking water, but did express concern for the Lake St. Clair ecosystem, which is where the storm sewer leads.
You can certainly feel the difference outside today. Those 50-degree temperatures are long gone.
Yes, indeed. Paul is in for Ben tonight and tracking some eventful weather for the weekend, too. Hey, Paul?
Yes, we are. Sunday's week, very interesting day, Sunday into Monday. But those 50s, as you mentioned, are off to the east. Look at Pittsburgh, though, still at 55 degrees, but 40 in Detroit. And look at back to the west. They're in the 20s. Even we have some teens back there as well. So let's zoom in and look at our local temps. And again, Metro Airport's at 40 degrees, but we have 37 in Ann Arbor, Pontiac, same thing over in Howell. And there's a light breeze out there. It's enough to add a little bit of a wind chill. So the wind chill, if you're heading out this evening, well, it feels like 29 in Pontiac, 33 in Ann Arbor, 34 in Mount Clemens, 39 in Port Huron. Fortunately, no rain or snow to deal with this evening. It's going to be a dry evening. Very gradual breaking up of the cloud cover. So we'll see some stars eventually tonight. Temperatures are just going to start a slow slide through the 30s during the course of the evening. And again, you knock maybe about 4 or 5 degrees off those numbers to get the wind chill. Be back to talk about the timing for that Sunday forecast in just a bit. But don't forget, the Local Forecasters app is going to be absolutely necessary on Sunday because we are tracking heavy rain. We're tracking wild changes in the temperature, even the possibility of lightning. All of it's free, and the app is free. Just go to the App Store, search under WDIV. We'll see you back here in a few, guys.
Detroit police are searching for a person of interest wanted in connection to a Christmas Eve shooting on the city's east side. Police say a 27-year-old man was sitting in his car on Frankfurt Street near East Warren when 3 suspects approached him and opened fire. DPD has identified 28-year-old Dakari Perry as a person of interest. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. A group of thieves may be targeting cell phone stores across Metro Detroit.
Police say they broke a window and grabbed phones from a Royal Oak Sprint overnight, and there's one thing that may be connecting them to other crimes: their getaway car. Victor Williams live with more on that. And Victor, police departments are working together on this.
Yeah, absolutely. They're working to get these guys behind bars because they got away with thousands and thousands of dollars worth of cell phones from stores just like this Sprint right here that is over on the east side. Anyway, if you take a look at the door right over there, you'll notice that it's actually glass that's missing. And part of that is because the guys broke in and were able to get out so fast in just minutes.
It's surprising to know that it happened here because this is a very safe and comfortable area for most people.
Greg McLean and his sister Vernell Vass were shocked knowing that their favorite Sprint store in Southfield was one of half a dozen cell phone stores burglarized overnight.
We went in today for his cell phone and now he can't, look at the phones because they're not there.
Thieves were able to get away after breaking into a total of 6 stores starting at 1 in the morning and ending at this Target in Brighton at 5 a.m. Police believe it's possibly the same organized crime ring with multiple men covered to the T breaking in and then taking off in a light-colored SUV suspected to be a newer model Toyota RAV4. All this happening in less than 2 minutes.
These young people have their own game plan, and they scope places out. They know what they want. They know how soon to get in and how to get out.
Other areas hit include a Verizon store in Farmington Hills and multiple Sprint stores in West Bloomfield, Lyon Township, and Royal Oak. McLean and his sister are hoping the men responsible can learn their lesson before it's too late.
And the younger people must realize that one day they might want to open up a business. Would they want someone to do them like that?
And it's a get-rich-quick thing for them, but they have to realize the same thing that they take from people, somebody can take from them also.
And once again, all of these communities will be working together. The police departments are going to be trying to find these guys aggressively. And we also like to clarify we are in Southfield as of right now. Reporting Victor Williams, Local 4.
All right, Victor. Auburn Hills police say these two tried to rob the Burger King on Opdyke near Featherstone this morning. Police say these two men demanded money from workers, telling them they had a gun, but they never showed one. They ended up running off and driving away in this car after workers didn't give them any money and instead called police. If you recognize the vehicle or know anything about this crime, you're asked to call Auburn Hills Police. The new pavement on northbound I-75 in Oakland County is now open for business.
Yeah, crews worked all day to reopen lanes between 13 Mile and Coolidge and shift traffic back onto the northbound side. MDOT shows 2 lanes open so far, and the department hopes to have all lanes open by Tuesday. Meanwhile, expect only 1 lane to be open on the southbound side as crews finish their work.
In order to move the temporary concrete barrier, to restripe the freeway, to get the ramps opened up, all that again is a process that's going to take several days.
MDOT says the southbound lanes will be back open by Tuesday night.